Tama? Okay. So, ibig sabihin nito, Doc, PI is equivalent to 100. Ang ibig sabihin nito, Doc, again, I will sell the drug at 100 milligrams. So, isang tablet is 100 milligrams. And 10,000 divided by 100 is equal to 100. It means that the patient needs to take 100 tablets para magkaroon siya ng 50% chance mamatay kung hayop yung pasyente ko. Tulad nyo. Kayo to eh. Okay? So, kailangan nyo mag-take ng 100 na tablets nitong drug A na to. So, yeah, so that you have 50% chance to die, you know? So, the question now, is my drug safe for these animals? Is this drug safe for these animals? Safe ba siya? Again, para maintindihan nyo, we need 1 to 2 tablets so that mayroong therapeutic effect in drug. I mean, maging effective siya, tama? But you need 100 para mamatay ka. 100 na tablets so that you'll die. Safe ba? It is safe. Tama? It is safe. Kasi bago ma-reach yung 100 na yun, Doc, ilang pakete yung binili mo, tama? Ilang ganun yun. Lulunukin mo lang yung mga ngawit ka na eh. Tama? Mahirap inumin yung 100. So, very, 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 very safe in drug na to. Okay, this is just exaggeration, ano? Okay? So, as in reality, masyado mataas yan. Okay. So, again, this is for animals. Ngayon, when the drug will now be tested sa humans, if gagamitin yung drug sa humans, same, no? So, magta-trial sa tao, nung dose na effective, kunyari, mayroong pumayag ng mga respondents, sa 100 din na tao yan, okay, pumayag. So, let's say, ganun din, kunyari, assuming, no, ganun din, ED15 nakuha, 100 milligrams, kunyari lang, assuming sa tao na to, this is sa humans na. But sa tao, hindi po hinahanap yung LD50, Hindi hinahanap. Wala pong magbo-volunteer na tao. Ako, patayin nyo ako para sa taong bayan. Okay, sama nyo ako dyan, kalahati. Sama nyo ako dyan sa kalahati na yan. Isaksak nyo sa akin yan, gamamatay ako. Walang nagbo-volunteer na gano'n. Okay? So, kaya ang hinahanap po sa tao is the TD50. Actually, hindi rin siya basta itataas. Kumbaga, galing dito sa ED50, tataas lang ng konti yan hanggang may lumitaw na toxic effects. Okay? So, tsaka usually yung kailangan lang din ng patient. Kumbaga, may mga certain patients na mas nangangailangan ng gamot. Kasi may nararamdaman siya na pain. Kasi nasaksakin tao or inoperahan. Nangangailangan ng ano yun nangangailangan siya ng pain reliever sa analgesics. So, bibigyan sila ng gano'n. Okay? And they will try to increase the dose hanggang sa may konting lumitaw na toxic effects. Okay? So, pag lumitaw, usually hinto na yun doon or pwedeng extend ng konti. Okay? So, assuming kunyari lumitaw yung dose sa ganito lumitaw. Ayan. Ito. Ay, sorry. Ayan, dito. Let's say 500 milligrams. Okay, ito yung TD50. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nito, at 500 milligrams na mark, there's a 50% chance na lumitaw yung toxic effects ng drug. Kaya sa tao, pag kinocompute to, magiging 500 divided by 100. So, ilan to ngayon? Magiging 5 siya. Naintindihan po? Nagigets po? So, pagdating sa tao, 5 yung lilitaw. 5 yung lumitaw. Ibig sabihin, kailangan ng tao mag-take ng 5 tablets nun para lumitaw yung toxic effects ng drug. And again, 1 to... Actually, Doc, sorry. Kailangan mag-take ng tao ng 5 dose nun para magkaroon ng 50% chance na lumitaw yung toxic effects ng drug. But when you look at this, when you look at the curve, there are patients here na hindi pa umaabot. So, nandito pa na tayo sa 100. Okay? There are patients here na wala pa sa 500 milligrams pero lumilitaw na yung toxic effects sa kanila. Naintindihan niyo po? Yung sila yung taong nandito sa ilalim. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, the therapeutic index of some drugs, mababa lang, and the lower the therapeutic index is, or the more dangerous yung drug na yon. Kasi pag mas mababa yung therapeutic index, yung margin mo dito, nearer to each other. Naintindihan po? In comparison to a drug with a larger therapeutic index. Can you follow me? Nagigets niyo po siya. So, pag mas mababa yung therapeutic index, the more dangerous yung drug. Okay? So, take note po. So, again, ulitin ko. Ulitin natin. So, baka hindi nag-gets na iba. So, again, ulitin ko. So, kung sa tao na tinitest ito, i-increase yung dose, and assuming lumitaw nga na at 500 milligrams na mark, 50% of the respondents, lumitaw na yung toxic effect sa kanila ng drug. Again, we will call this as the TD50. And if you want to compute the therapeutic index, ito po yung magiging substitute natin. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan ng 5 na tablets generally para lumitaw yung toxic effects ng drug based dun sa nakuha nating values dito. Kaya bali max toxic dose over toxic dose, median toxic dose, max. Hindi ko maintindihan yung question mo na. Wait. Bali max toxic dose. So, bali, for the TD50, this is the dose. Okay, this is the dose that will produce yung toxic effects of the drug in 50% of the population. That's the TD50. Okay? And again, ulitin ko. So, to compute the therapeutic index sa tao, we'll just substitute yon. So, TD50 divided by ED50, which is 500 milligrams based on dito at saka 100 milligrams. So, lilitaw dito is 5. Okay? Can you follow me? Nagigets po yung sinasabi ko dito? So, to the formula. Okay. Ngayon, tandaan nyo, ibig sabihin, if I have a drug, ito lang yung gusto ko. Okay. So, if I have a drug na may therapeutic index of 2 versus a drug na may therapeutic index of 10, sino mas safe? Yes, Doc, yung therapeutic index yung number ng tablets. Yes, yung therapeutic index yung number of tablets, Doc. Again, ulitin ko, nabitan ako. So, pag dalawa, sino mas safe? Sino mas safe? Yung may therapeutic index na 10. Naintindihan po? So, basically, the higher the therapeutic index, the safer yung drug. The lower the therapeutic index, the more dangerous the drug is. Gets? So, actually, yun lang yung importance ng topic na to. Yung description ng therapeutic index. But I need to discuss yung buo na yun in order to understand kung saan nanggaling tong formula na to. But in the licensure examination, ito na yung tinatanong. Okay? In the market, actually, there are drugs na ang therapeutic index to is mababa. 2, 1.5. Sabihin, sobra ka lang ng konti. Lilitaw na yung mga masasamang toxic effects ng drug. It's a good example is chemotherapeutic drugs. The drugs that are being used for cancers. Diba? If let's say they have 10 patients, all of them have, let's say, colorectal cancers. Then all of them undergone the same chemotherapeutic drug. Meron dun, Dok, bibigay na yung katawan. Meron patient na mako-cure, meron patient na wala masyadong side effect, pero meron patient dun, Dok, na nasa baba ng curve, hindi kayang i-handle yung side effects, lilitaw na agad sa kanila. Kasi masyadong maliit yung therapeutic index. So, yung margin of safety is Sobrang small lang. Okay? Next. Okay, move tayo. Teka. Doc, yung therapeutic index po ba, Doc, same po ba yung TD50 sa maximum allowable na dose? Actually, hindi naman siya totally the same, but it is based on that, yes. It is based on that, but pwedeng hindi siya same na same, Doc. Like for instance, minsan nagkaka-adjustments kasi sila, Doc. Kasi minsan, may drug na sobrang lala ng side effect. Kaya di mo na pwedeng kunin yung TD50 minsan, Doc, para sabihin na yun na yung maximum allowable dose. So, minsan nire-reduce nila. But it is based on that. So, I think that's the correct statement. The maximum allowable doses that you can see is based on this toxic doses that we know. Okay, kaso kasi kunyari lang, Dok, yung TD50, pag umabot ka doon, mabubulag ka na. Kunyari lang, may drug na gano'n, mabubulag ka na. So, again, TD50, kunyari lang, this is 200 milligrams. Okay, and pag na-reach mo yung dose na yon, again, 50, no? Half ng population mabubulag na. So, baga, hindi mo, as for the safety ng population, hindi mo na ibibigay yun kasi pag umabot doon, kalahati ng nag-take bulag. Gets? So, i-adjust ngayon yun, yung maximum allowable dose. Kasi remember, yung curve natin, may pasyente na nasa babae. May patient, Doc, na mas sensitive dun sa effects ng drug. Merong patients na less sensitive na nasa taas. Merong mas sensitive dun sa side effects. Intindihan? Nagigets po kasi tinatanong niya kung yung TD50 daw ba, yun yung maximum allowable dose. Hindi siya lagi, it is based on that. Kasi titingnan pa dito, ano yung side effect ng drug? Ano ba yung pwedeng lumitaw? Kasi may mga pasyente na kahit hindi nila maabot yung dose na yung doc, nandito pa lang sila. Kunyari lang 200 to. Ito 100 pa lang. Doon pa lang sa 100, lilitaw na yung side effect sa kanila na unwanted. So kaya i-adjust ngayon. Hindi siya pwedeng umabot na doon. Parang ganun. Okay. But if the drug is beneficial for the case, ano yun? Nire-risk yun. Like nga sa chemotherapy. Diba? Alam natin pag nagkikimo, nasisira yung liver, nasisira yung kidneys, nire-risk. So, kasi may cancer. Kung bagay pasyente, may cancer, mamamatay na rin yung patient Pag hindi treat, mamamatay. If the patient is willing to take the risk, may side effects na ganito, di-discuss ni doctor. Okay? Next, parang yung, share ko lang, parang yung sa tito. So, meron siyang cancer. Cancer siya sa liver. It started with esophageal, nag-metastasize sa liver. So, tinest sa liver niya, medyo may problema na. Ngayon, nung nag-start yung chemo, lalong nagka-problema yung liver. In-stop yung chemo. Hindi pwedeng ituloy kasi lalong lumala yung liver. Pero lalong lumala si liver. But during that time, ni-risk. Sige, try natin. Kaso nung tinry yung drug, talagang nag-lock yung liver niya. And then stop yung chemo. And again, fortunately, he passed away. So, hindi nakanaya yung katawan niya. So, parang yun. Okay. Next, balik tayo sa notes. Basic principles of pharmacodynamics. So, drugs are chemicals now that have their effects on their target size in the body. So, yung mga drugs natin, so they have this target size and they go to this target size. And the targets of the drug action can be receptors or can be enzymes. So, when I talk about receptors, dito na tayo sa number 1, examples of drugs that have their own receptors are narcotics. Okay, so narcotic drugs, they have these receptors known as the opioid receptors. So if you're familiar with narcotics, so they work by binding to the opioid receptors. Example of this are the mu, kappa, and delta. So these are the opioid receptors in our bodies. Again, example of narcotic agents or narcotic receptors or opioid receptors are the mu, kappa, and delta. Okay? Another example ng drug is yung muscarinic agonist. Okay, the muscarinic agonist. So this is a kind of cholinergic drug. specifically a muscarinic agonist. So it binds to muscarinic receptors. So it binds to the muscarinic receptors. Example nitong drug is pilocarpine. I think I discussed this sa dulo ng part ng pathology. Okay, so we'll discuss more of this later on. Okay, so again, so may ulitin ko lang, there are drugs na meron silang receptor site sa body. Next naman tayo. Another site ng drug action is enzymes. Okay. So may mga certain drugs na ang target site is yung enzymes sa body. Okay, example ng drug to. So, example ng drug is the MAO inhibitors or monoamine. Sabi nito, monoamine oxidase inhibitor. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng MAO. So, ibig sabihin ng MAO means monoamine oxidase inhibitor. So, MAO inhibitor. Okay. So, it is very straightforward. So, the enzyme, which is the target site of the drug, is the monoamine oxidase. Okay, this is an enzyme sa body natin. So, in our body, we have the monoamine oxidase enzyme. And again, the MAO inhibitor inhibits that enzyme. Okay, so what does this enzyme do and what does the drug do? So, discuss ko lang saglit. For example, Doc, are you aware? So, nabanggit ko na ba sa inyo yung mga monoamines natin? Na-discuss ko na sa inyo yung mga monoamines. Hindi ko maalala. Nabanggit ko na, hindi. Di ba? So, you have 4 monoamines. So, remember, si Donis or yung iba, send daw. Ako kasi Donis, may kaklase ako, Donis yung pangalan. So, serotonin, epinephrine, or epinephrine, at saka dopamine. Okay. So, again. So, these are the monoamines. So, with this serotonin, epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, so we call them as the monoamines. Okay. May exclude lang ako isa dito. Yung other 3 kasi dito, serotonin, norepinephrine, at dopamine. So, hindi kasama si epinephrine. Okay. Sila po yung nagko-control ng mood natin. Or sila yung mga monoamines. So, they're the monoamines that controls our mood. Okay? Especially when you have lots of this, it makes you happy actually. So, pag mataas ito. Okay? Like, for instance, kunyari, nakaupo ka dyan, ano? Bali, think of the central nervous system. We have these neurons, okay, which are secreting these monoamines. Okay. Ngayon, once nakarinig ka ng joke, kasi diba, you can be happy, pwede kang sad, pwede kang poker face lang, pwede kang malungkot. This is actually determined by these monoamines. So, pag poker face ka lang, ganyan ka lang, the amount of monoamines in the central nervous system that is currently being secreted is not so much. Kumbaga, it's not that abundant. That's why yung mood mo, ano lang, poker face, iba tawag this resting bitch face. Okay, basta wala kang pakialam. Okay? So, ano lang, hindi ka masaya, hindi ka malungkot. Passive ka lang, ano? But pag nakarinig ka ng something na interesting that stimulates your brain, like for instance, you have your crush, binati ka, HBD, in-message ka sa Facebook, HBD, tapos may heart. And tuwan-tuwa ka ngayon, syempre. So, nakita mo yun, si crush. Nag-send ng 3 letrang may heart. na-stimulate ngayon yung brain mo. So these neurons will actually secrete lots of monoamines. So this is a form of stimulus. So this is a form of stimulus that will stimulate the neurons to secrete monoamines. And galing dito, Doc, ngingiti ka ngayon. Yan. So masayang masaya ka. Okay, nasa isip mo ngayon. HBD na yan. May heart. Okay, tuwa ka ngayon. Ganun din pag nakakarinig ka ng joke. Ay, pag nakakarinig ka ng joke, magre-release ang monoamines. But if you'll notice, you're not smiling the whole day, right? After you smile, it's just a couple of minutes. Nga, hindi ka nakangiti buong araw. Ngumiti ka ngayon, buong araw hanggang gabi nakangiti ka. Hindi. Mukhang sira ulo nun. Nga. So, merong certain minutes lang, no? Tapos, magsasubside na yung emotion. Nga. Babalik ka ulit doon sa pagka-poker face mo. Okay? So, obviously, kaya nangyari yon because the monoamines are being depleted. Tama? So, hindi laging saturated yung brain mo with the monoamines. So, some of them, mawawala na. Okay. So, how are they being depleted? There are 3 ways. One is by diffusion. Okay, or this is applicable to all neurotransmitters, ha? So again, this is how neurotransmitters being removed, no, from this synaptic spaces natin sa may central nervous system. So this is how they are removed. So by diffusion, ibig sabihin, after ma-release, yan, pupunta sila dun sa areas na wala namang monoamines. So by simple diffusion, so that's why less neurotransmitters will remain there. Another is by the process of reuptake. Okay, so what's reuptake? So this is the neuron that released these neurotransmitters. After ma-release ng monoamines or any other neurotransmitter, some of them will be reabsorbed, i-reuptake. Bali, parang i-recycle. So, i-reuptake ng neuron, so mawawala sila sa synaptic space, mawawala yung effect. And third is by enzyme degradation. Again, third is by enzyme degradation. So there are certain enzymes that breaks down these neurotransmitters. Like, for instance, for monoamines, again, we call them as monoamines, we have an enzyme known as MAO, or the monoamine oxidase. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin. So again, so we have an enzyme known as monoamine oxidase. So it breaks down this monoamines. So again, MAO, breaks down monoamines. So sa madaling salita, pinapasaya ka nito, pinapalungkot. Nakarinig kang joke. Tapos gagana si monoamine oxidase. So pinapasaya, pinapalungkot ka nito, ng MAO. It makes us sad. Tama? Okay? Yes. So pinapalungkot tayo nito. Okay? So pinapalungkot tayo nito. Okay? Basically, actually, hindi lang sa pinapalungkot, para hindi ka magmukhang tanga, no? Nakangiti ka lang buong araw. Okay? So kailangan bumalik ka dito eh. Okay. So, ngayon, punta tayo dito sa drug. If we take MAO inhibitors, ano sabi? Meron tayo, meron tayo lahat nito, Dok. Lahat ito meron tayo. Okay, lahat ito meron tayo. So, may ako sagutin yung about depression. When you take this drug, MAO inhibitor or monoamine oxidase inhibitor, ito po yung drug. Ito yun. Si MAOI na lang. Monoamine oxidase inhibitor, si MAOI. Ang ginagawa po nito, ini-inhibit niya yung monoamine oxidase. Gets? So, ine-eliminate na to. Therefore, eliminating this, what will happen to the monoamines? In the synaptic space, mag-increase, mag-decrease. If you eliminate the monoamine oxidase with MAO inhibitors, Okay. Yes, mag-i-increase yung monoamines dito. Kuha? Basically, pinapasaya ka nito, tama? Kaya po ginagamit ito for patients na merong depression. MAO inhibitors are actually antidepressant drugs. Okay, ginagamit po ito for patients with depression. And sure, baka mayroong nagtitake ito. Some students na may depression, they're actually taking this drug. Okay, this is an antidepressant drug. Kasi ganito po, just to share. Pagka po kasi ang pasyente, let's say, you do not have depression. If you do not have depression, you secrete monoamines naturally and in correct volumes. Ito yon, kaya na may maintain yung mood mo na poker face lang. If you're depressed, kulang po ito. Possibly due to, again, a stimulus din. Like, for instance, yan, namatayan ka. Sometimes, yung stimulus yun, yung nangyayari sa environment natin, namatayan ka, it shuts down itong neurons natin sa pag-release no, ng monoamines. And that will cause depression. Ito ka ngayon. And in order to correct that, we can inhibit the monoamine oxidase, which is present sa body, in order to increase the monoamines here. Gets monoamine oxidase inhibitor. Again, antidepressant. Iko-correct niya itong mood mo. Naintindihan? Can you follow me? Naintindihan po? So, ginagamit siya as an antidepressant. Just to give emphasis, baka lang gusto niyo malaman, yung shabu po, or methamphetamine. Okay, shabu or methamphetamine is a kind of stimulant. This is a stimulant. Okay, stimulant yan eh. And stimulants also increases monoamines. It also increases monoamines, yung stimulants. Ginagamit po ito dati for depression eh. Dati. Ibig sabihin, pag depressed ka, pwede ka magshabu. Okay? Dati. Bawal na yun eh. Pero dati ginagamit po ito, yes. So, dati ginagamit po ang methamphetamine sa may depression. Noong time na legal pa siya. May taon na legal yan eh. Dati pa. Okay? So, maraming use yan. Ginamit yan sa medicine. But the problem with methamphetamine is it is highly addictive. Okay? Yung mga nagaganto na addict. Tapos may side effect siya na tinatawag na paranoia. It has this side effect known as paranoia. Bali, parang nagiging paranoid yung pasyente. Yung parang kaya alam niyo yun, di ba, nakashabu, lagi nakadilat. Yung parang nag-aabang siya lagi ng pwedeng may mangyari sa kanyang masama. Tapos nagiging reactive siya sa paligid niya. Kasi kanya may kumaluskos lang, may tao doon. Baka may siraan. Alam mo yun, nagiging paranoid. Okay? Kanya may kumatok sa bahay nila, baka pulis na yun ah. Pero yung kapitbahay lang nila, alam yan. So, paranoid. Okay? So, kaya minsan, like kunyari, sa bahay, dahil paranoid nga siya, may hawak lang na kutsilyo yung kasama niya, maghihiwa lang ng sibuyas, akala niya sasaksakin na siya. Gets? Kaya uunahan niya ngayon. Naintindihan? So, may ganun siyang side effect. So, magulo yung utak ng pasyente. So, that's why, hindi na siya naging okay na drug sa medicine. But historically, it is actually being used to treat some conditions. Tsaka nag-discuss natin sa future. So, may mga ginamitan niya. Okay? So, kaya ngayon nakaban na. So, kaya ang gumagamit ito ngayon, yung mga, illegal na lang, no? Ang gumagamit ito. At ito yung problema, tinan nyo ha. Ang problema sa methamphetamine, ang gumagamit ito ngayon, hindi naman depressed. Ang gumagamit ito, normal. Kaya pag inom nito, saan pupunta? Dito pupunta. Malakas pa yung drug, stimulant yun eh. Lumilipad ngayon yung pasyente. Okay, so hindi lang siya basta masaya eh. Lumilipad pa yung pasyente. Kasi nga, normal siya initially eh. Tapos tinake mo yung drug, di sobra-sobra yung response. So parang ganun yung nangyari. Okay? But again, if you're depressed, nagshabu ka ng konti, iko-correct na lang yun. Kaso kung correct ka naman, nagshabu ka, ito ka ngayon. Lilipad ka ngayon ng mataas. Okay? So ganun yung nangyayari. So kaya yung mga nagbe-methamphetamine, Na-high sila. So, kung ano yung na-imagine. Kasi nga paranoid, etc. Okay? So, tingnan. Ewan ko nabanggit ko ba sa inyo, yung ibig sabihin ng shabu? Ano to? Thank God it's Friday. Pag tinagalog. Salamat Jesus at beres na ulit. Ewan ko nabanggit sa inyo. So, ang ano niyan, salamat Jesus at Bernes na ulit. Tinagalog na thank God it's Friday yan. Okay. Or, bakit ko ba? Hindi. So, ibig sabihin niya. Ano totoo. Totoo daw ba? Totoo. Totoo po, totoo. Yun po ang ibig sabihin yan. Oo, dinamoy pa po si Jesus. Okay, totoo. Pero yun po ang ibig sabihin yan. Okay. Cryptic to the cryptic sa nagtatanong. Okay? Sige, any question? Okay tayo dito. So, take note. Next. Nasa na ako? Punta tayo dito sa or break. Say break tayo. 1:43 pala. Sige, let's have a break for 15 minutes again. Tapos we'll continue dito sa drug properties.